With the World Cup kicking off in about 6 months, fans should be excited to see their national teams play. But instead, there's been a lot of discussion online about how expensive these tickets are. And it is quite unfortunate given that this is supposed to be the world's game, one of the most accessible games in any community, whether poor, rich, or otherwise. And in this video, we're going to talk about exactly why it is that these tickets are so damn high. I think the first thing we got to talk about is just simple supply and demand, right? The World Cup is one of the most popular sporting events globally, and America has a population of about 300 million people. And not even talk about all the other people that are going to be traveling from other countries to come to this event. So simply put, companies know that there's going to be a lot of people looking for these tickets, and thus they can charge more than what is normally expected because they know people will end up buying it anyway. And ultimately, it is just that simple. If the demand is there and there's limited supply, they're going to try to make as much money as possible. That's just how good old capitalism works. So, in a certain sense, I don't even think you can really be that surprised that the tickets were that expensive. And to be honest, I think it does say something about these companies and them exploiting our love for the beautiful game. But again, like I said, if the demand is there, then they're going to get away with this. It's as simple as that. Next up, we got to talk about dynamic pricing. And if you don't know what that means, that is essentially when businesses adjust their prices based on demand or stuff like competition, their inventory, all that good stuff. Now, in the context of the World Cup, what that essentially boils down to is that you can buy a ticket, obviously prior to knowing which teams are going to take place in what games. But FIFA are essentially saying that they're going to up the price depending on which teams are playing. So obviously, if you have good teams like Brazil, Argentina, France, England, Spain, all those good teams, they're going to up the price. And you know for a fact that they're definitely not going to lower the price if you end up going to see a team that isn't so high on the totem pole, like a Haiti or Curacao or a Qatar. And again, no disrespect to any of those teams, but obviously those teams are not the ones that are favored to win the World Cup. So basically they're trying to introduce this new pricing system while having it be systemized in a way that is always going to be anti-consumer, because like I said, there is no way in hell, and I do mean absolutely no way in hell, that they're going to introduce the system and actually have cheaper tickets if you say buy a ticket for a game but teams that are not expected to be worth the price. And then lastly, we got to talk about ticket scalpers. And ticket scalpers are essentially just people that come, buy the tickets early, know they're not going to the games, and then essentially look to resell the tickets for a higher price. Now, this is always a problem in like pretty much any industry, right? This goes beyond the World Cup. This happens for concerts, this happens for comedy shows, other sports, the Super Bowl, all that good stuff. So this is not unique to football. However, again, you have to think about the scale at which this would be happening, right? Like, we're talking about a global competition. Your average ticket scalper is probably not going to give a crap about Curacao versus Haiti, for example. And if you're a family from Curacao or Haiti and you just want to go watch your country actually compete in a World Cup once in a lifetime opportunity, you're probably more willing to spend, if you can anyway, I'm probably more willing to spend that extra bit of money because you know that's going to potentially be a once in a lifetime opportunity. Even going just beyond the smaller nations that are probably not going to make World Cups consistently. Scalpers are just going to stand to make a lot of money doing this, especially, like I said, given the scale of the amount of people that are going to want to get tickets for this competition, right? This is not your average concert goer where it's just kind of like one concert. This is a multi-game tournament with 48 teams. So you're looking at, I don't even know the amount of games off the top of my head that are going to be at this World Cup, but you multiply the amount of games by the amount of people that would want to go to these things, these competitions. The scalpers are about to make some bank, and they're definitely going to upscale the shit out of these tickets, bro. Excuse my French. So that's another thing you have to keep in mind as well. And let's just look at these damn prices, bro. Like, just look at the differences here, bro. Like, do we even have to see, like, just looking at the scale of this is actually disgusting, right? Opening matches allegedly are going to cost 4 times more from 2022. Group stage matches, twice as much. Round of 16, almost 4 times as much. Quarterfinal, almost 4 times as much. Semifinal, 3 times as much. Third place, twice as much. The finals, what, like 5 times? 4 or 5 times as much? Like, bro, what are we doing here, dog? That's even crazy. So it's like, bro, in order to actually afford a ticket, for these things, you gotta pay like actual rent money if you live in the States. Like, bro, just pause and look at the average monthly rent for these states. Bro, the final is worth like at least 3-4 months worth of rent for 90 minutes for 90 minutes? Do you have no shame? Like, what are we doing? And listen, bro, this is a football channel at the end of the day. I'm not paying 4 months worth of rent to watch dudes kick a ball for 90 minutes, bro. I'm sorry. Just we're gonna break the fourth wall for a second. I'm not doing that. It's not happening, bro. Not in this life, not in the next life, not in my previous life. In no lives is that happening, bro. Because at that point, we've just kind of lost the plot. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know what people are gonna end up doing in terms of dealing with the prices, because people have been complaining about it for a while now. Like I said, FIFA are in no real position to adjust because there is enough of a demand for it that they're gonna get away with the daylight robbery that they want to do for this World Cup. And honestly, this World Cup has just been a logistical nightmare. I even talked about the other nonsense that's going on in terms of and not to get too political for this channel anyway, what our administration is doing with like how allowing people to actually come in for like tourist visas and all that kind of stuff. So putting all of that to the side, yeah, there's a lot that's gonna have to be done logistically for this World Cup to become a success. And there's only 6 months left to do it. So I'm not really looking forward to that. But let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about the situation. What do you guys think about the prices? Are you guys going to go to a game? Are you guys going to, if you're not from America, are you guys going to come visit the country with all the nonsense going on? And honestly, most importantly of all, just remember to have a good day.